to the sustainable management of the land.
Our global chair for Tesla. She's joining us here in Sydney, so thank you so much for Robin, and thank you so much for all the energy you bring to Tesla and the energy revolution, and particularly for some of the work you also do in the tech innovation space here in Australia. It's very much recognised. And we also have Matt Keane, former Treasurer and Energy Minister from New South Wales. So thanks, Matt, for joining through here. And Matt, again, we personally very much appreciate some of the bipartisan nature you've brought to the energy here in Australia, particularly here in New South Wales, and very much excited about your next step as chair of the Climate Change Authority. So thank you, Matt. Now, here at Tesla, so we launched the energy business in 2015 when I started, so that was almost 9 years ago now. Now, as part of that launch, we really focused on the technology for battery storage. We recognise that as being a key ingredient for the energy transition. Now, for those of you who may remember, and there's definitely some of the CIs out here I've spoken to, where they're at the original launch on the Power 1, which was, I remember, a 6.4 kilowatt hour unit. And for those of you who remember, I still remember myself enabling the H4 line to get it talking across the DC integration, the solar engine further, so those were the days. We transversed very quickly, we progressed from that to the Powerwall 2. In fact, it was about 9 months we went to the Powerwall 2. The Powerwall 2 really changed the industry in Australia because it was the first AC coupled battery, which very quickly coupled with any PV inverter. I think a lot of the CIs out here would have really recognised the importance of that. We cut down on the cost on site and the cabling and integration. Now, we're really excited now to launch our next level, and that is the Powerwall 3. Now, the Powerwall 3, the team's going to talk into some of the big detail of that. But one of the big things of that is the 13.5 kilowatt hour unit. However, we now have the direct solar input via 3 high current MPPT tracker modules. So what that means is we're bypassing the PV inverter, and that results in cheaper and quicker installations on site and a higher uptake in the market. Now, back in 2015, just to put it in perspective of the journey we've gone along, we were talking about tens of megawatt hours of sales per year in Australia. So this year, 2024, we're expecting 10,000 megawatt hours of sales in the energy business, just here in Australia, so for deployment. So it just shows the trajectory that's progressing. And then now the drivers for that really are part of the energy transition, because it's recognised both at grid scale and at residential scale that the cheapest possible energy source is renewables. And Powerwall 3 has been designed from the bottom up to focus on solar, the cheapest energy resource areas. So on that, I'll hand through to Cass.
Awesome, thank you, Joseph. I wanted to start with the reason why we're here today, and that's our mission. At Tesla, our mission is to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy. Ever since, as Joseph mentioned, we started the energy business over 9 years ago, we've been focused and we've been driven by this mission every day. And our certified installers have been a really critical part of that mission. So, as we launch Powerwall 3 today, I want to take a moment to recognise the incredible work that's been done so far. We have installed over 700,000 Powerwalls globally, and everyone in this room has played a role in achieving this incredible number. So I wanted to say thank you. Thank you for the partnership, and thank you for everything that you do for our industry. But we are only just getting started. Today is really about accelerating that mission even further, and with the launch of Powerwall 3, we believe we're taking that next big leap forward. Now, before we get into the details of Powerwall 3, I want to set the tone on why this product exists and the problem that we're trying to solve. Globally, we consume around 165 petawatt hours of energy each year, which is an insane amount. Just to put this into perspective, if we were to take Australia's energy consumption last year, it would take Australia about 604 years to consume 165 petawatts. So it's a lot of electricity. And today, over 80% of that energy is still derived from fossil fuels. And only about 1/3 of that energy actually delivers useful work or heat. The other 2/3 is wasted when we refine and when we burn fossil fuels. So it is incredibly inefficient. The good news is that a sustainable economy is within reach. And this is because as we increase the amount of sustainable energy, it actually decreases the total amount of energy we require. It's effectively halved. And this is because we remove all of that wasted heat. And the problem, so really, an electrified economy requires less energy, less mining of materials than what we do today in a combustion economy. And that problem that we're trying to solve is in essence halved. Now, our focus is residential. And as you can see in the chart in blue, our collective part is addressing the more than 30% of total grid usage. We're also seeing an increase in electricity demand. In fact, we expect around a 5 times increase in electrification of the grid. So at a residential level, if we are to repower the grid, we have to put solar and storage where the loads are increasing. And that's right at the home. Now, this not only allows us to accelerate growth, but it also helps reduce the costs of transmission and infrastructure upgrades. VPPs also, or virtual power plants, also extend on this by providing grid support, and customers can also extract more value by participating in energy markets. As many of you know, it also provides customers with backup protection and really maximises the use of renewables. So residential solar and storage plays a really critical role in this whole solution. And the other thing I want to note is that distributed energy resources do and will continue to play a really essential role in optimising the electricity grid. So I mentioned electricity demand is increasing. In Australia and New Zealand, there's a number of factors that's really driving this. One is electric vehicle uptake. Over 10% of all new cars sold in Australia and New Zealand is electric. We're continuing to see that increase as well. Increase in PV system sizes. The average a couple of years ago was maybe 5-6 kilowatts. The average now is, we're seeing it up of 9 kilowatts. And really what's driving this, and a lot of our installers would know, is we're seeing the cost of solar come down. At the same time, electricity prices are increasing. So this is really driving the uptake of larger systems. Electrification in the homes as well. We have incentives and subsidies that are really encouraging customers to switch off gas. So things like, incentives to move to electric hot water or reverse cycle heating. And lastly, virtual power plant uptakes. Here in Australia, over 30% of our fleet is connected to a VPP. And the key thing I want to note here is that the more power and the more energy you have to participate, the greater the returns. So that's really key as we talk through the Powerwall 3. So taking all of that into account, we need a product that is going to deliver more power and performance, faster and scalable installations to support the speed and enormity of this transition, a durable product that supports our climate, and at the end of the day, great value for money so that customers want to purchase it. And that's what we're introducing today with Powerwall 3. It's a product that provides the best performance, it's the easiest to install, it's the most durable, and provides the best value. And with that, I'd like to introduce the team to talk about these key pillars in more detail, starting with Carl Gibson.
Alright, well, when designing Powerwall, we knew that we had to develop an affordable product to meet the energy needs of homes today and into the future. But making a cheap product that compromised on performance was not an option for us. So today I'm going to be talking through the hardware design choices that we made to simplify and drive down cost, whilst also dramatically improving performance and value to end customers. Now, Joseph ran you through a brief history of Powerwall, but let's look at it in more detail. So we launched Powerwall 1 back in 2015. If you've been a partner with us for that long, you might remember some of these going into Australian homes in 2016. Now, the Powerwall 1 was effectively just a battery module hung on the wall. It relied on an independent battery inverter, solar inverter, site metering, and islanding, all in different boxes. Now, you might think that's quite complex, but what's surprising is that some manufacturers still adopt that topology today. Now, Powerwall 2 was a vast improvement on that, but bringing the battery inverter into the Powerwall itself. And when we launched Powerwall 2, it quickly set the benchmark for battery storage, and it's continued to be best in class. But for everything that it was able to deliver on, it still relied on a separate PV system to support the home's generation. Powerwall 3 is our realization of the vision to deliver affordable home storage by removing unnecessary parts and complexity. We have everything now integrated: the battery, the solar inverter, the DC isolator, all in one box. This provides easier installation with less time mounting and less wiring. Powerwall 3 has been designed with flexibility in mind, as we know that every home is unique. It's really a one-size-fits-all solution, offering 3 high current MPPTs, 26 amp rated or 30 amp short circuit, allowing up to 20 kilowatts of solar to be connected per Powerwall 3. It supports either a 5 or a 10 kilowatt inverter configuration, and as I mentioned before, has an integrated DC isolator, really removing the need for additional boxes on the wall. All of that provides a 97% efficiency when converting from DC to AC. Now, array design and streaming is simplified through those 3 MPPTs, offering control and options for optimizing your solar production. All 3 of those MPPTs are high current. We do performance across all 3. So you can manage your various parts. It's super useful for roofs that have complex arrays, or where you have different areas of parts of the roof that receive different amounts of sunlight. A low startup voltage can support strings of only 2 modules. So if you do have a part of an array that receives partial shading, you can isolate those 2 modules and put them through their own tracker. Now, Cass mentioned there's a number of variables that are driving electrification in Australia, but as we see homes use more power, we need a battery that's equally powerful to power those loads, which is Powerwall 3, allowing you to power everything. With up to 10 kilowatts of power, it can support larger appliances, and this is important as we know that the power-hungry loads that we're wanting to support are looking to use more of that power, like EVs or heat pumps. Now, just coming back on EVs, Powerwall 3 really excels in its ability to charge EVs. Now able to charge a Model 3 or a Model Y at full power. And what this means is that those awkward conversations with customers around what they want in their backup circuit are a thing of the past, as is the wiring and the electrical work needed to isolate backup and non-backup loads. And if we're talking backup, naturally the second part of that equation is energy storage for backup duration. And we have an elegant solution for that, which allows homeowners to easily expand their system through modular energy expansions without adding complexity or interconnection requirements. And we'll dive into that soon. I won't get too much into the detail on that right now. But hopefully you're already starting to see the potential that a dramatic simplification can offer. More power also improves performance in all of the experiences that Tesla owners love. Better participation in grid services when enrolled in virtual power plants, offering improved payback economics across the life of the system. Furthering the best-in-class backup protection with smart features like Stormwatch, which offers the ultimate energy security, and charge on solar, where with excess energy, it can be diverted from your Powerwall 3 system directly into your vehicle. This excess energy allows you to charge an electric vehicle and maximises the solar that you can capture, improving on self-consumption. All of this also enables faster charging and discharging through time-of-use tariffs, where Powerwall can optimise its dispatch to leverage off-peak and peak rates to maximise savings to customers. Now, up to a 10 kilowatt AC output is already pretty impressive, but Powerwall 3 can also charge from solar simultaneously at 5 kilowatts. There's no more limits on the AC production, with excess energy able to efficiently charge the battery, maximising the energy a customer can harvest. AC coupled batteries provide flexibility in retrofit applications, but are often limited by how much power you can connect to them. Additional PV production is limited by the inverter output, dampening the system's potential. Being fully integrated, Powerwall 3 allows homeowners to access the full production potential of their system, with the battery able to charge directly from solar, reducing the clipping. This allows for more solar that can be harnessed, but also reduces the need for additional PV hardware and streamlines the installation process. Installers need to love working with our products, so when designing Powerwall 3, we built in your feedback into the product. And at this point, I'd like to introduce Kenneth He, our Powerwall Engineering Manager, to talk through the install experience.
As Cass and Joseph mentioned, we launched the Tesla Energy residential energy business 9 years ago in Powerwall 1, and we've been continuously improving the product, and we've been engineering the product to deliver the best performance for our customers. But what you'll find with Powerwall 3 is that we had you, the installer, in mind. We've been collating your feedback over the last several years, and we can distill this down into 3 core pillars. 1, install speed, because time is money. 2, design and install simplicity, because less is always more. And 3, install quality, because we want to give you and your customers the confidence that Powerwall will work first time, every time. I'm extremely excited to share with you today all of the design considerations, features and tools we've developed for Powerwall 3 to make it the easiest to install. The first benefit that happens is before you even get to site. Powerwall 3's integrated architecture means that many components in existing designs are completely removed. Powerwall 3 integrates the PV inverter, the DC isolator, and the battery into a single unit, easy to hang, and it all sits behind a single breaker. That's less breakers, less DC isolators, and less boxes to hang on the wall. Less boxes means faster and neater installations. Powerwall 3 makes renewable energy simpler, lowering the training requirements for design, interconnection, installation, and service. You and your team have an easier job, and your customers have a sleek and more efficient renewable energy system. Powerwall 3 is designed to be easily scalable. So from today, you'll be able to install up to 4 Powerwall 3 units to deploy up to 40 kilowatts of inverter capacity, 54 kilowatt hours of storage, and up to 80 kilowatt hours of solar on a single site. It also retains backwards compatibility with existing solar systems. Powerwall 3 also supports. We've also engineered Powerwall 3 to maintain our market leadership in the virtual power plant space for years to come. Coming in 2022, one of the biggest and most exciting changes we're bringing is Powerwall 3 expansions. This is simply a battery module with a factory assembled cable that you can add to Powerwall 3 to just add energy capacity. That's no need for renegotiation of your utility connection approvals, no additional AC isolators, and no additional DC isolators. Because energy expansion is just a battery module, it offers an affordable and simple upgrade path for your customers as they continue on their electrification journey. Once you're on site, the first important change we've made is back at Gigafactory Nevada. As you entered the venue here, you would have walked past our packaging station and seen we've completely changed how we package and deliver Powerwall. We've firstly simplified the design, halving the number of components as well as reducing the weight by 30%. Additionally, we've strengthened that packaging models in the warehouse, which leads to a less footprint of 33% in your warehouses. Now getting into what's in your Powerwall 3 box. Firstly, the unit itself, a glass front cover with the aesthetics matching gateway too, a nice wall bracket for easy installation, and a air intake screen to keep the critters out of your brand new Powerwall 3. It also comes with an accessory bag with all the small but essential items needed for a clean and simple install. Now that you've unboxed Powerwall 3, moving and mounting is made effortless with the Powerwall Dolly. This handy tool is equipped with disc brakes for smooth maneuvering and precise placement, specialized handles and a locking plate to enable you to easily lift the unit out of its packaging. It also comes with a drill-operated lifter, which gently raises and lowers the Powerwall. We know your backs will thank us later. It also has a resting plate that perfectly aligns with their mounting bracket to enable a perfect fit for Powerwall 3. This dolly is specifically designed to enable a smooth, straightforward, and secure installation process from unboxing to mounting. This innovation alone is what has enabled us to complete what we call Powerwall singles in the US. That is single-person installation crews for simpler Powerwall 3 installations, which has effectively led to a doubling or even tripling of our installation capacity. Now with Powerwall 3 mounted with ease, the next significant update we have made is how you wire up Powerwall 3. We heard you loud and clear, and we have created a wide open wiring compartment to make connections and routing of conductors really easy. We've also integrated cable management to ensure segregation of circuits and neat and tidy installation. We've also provided many conduit options on either side for maximum flexibility, as well as re-entry options for those of you gunning for Install of the Year awards. Finally, we have an integrated site controller and an integrated DC isolator, again to reduce the number of boxes that you need to install on the wall, which increases the speed of installation. Finally, after you've completed wiring faster and easier than ever before, here comes a step we know you love: commissioning. Fret not, on the installation day, Tesla One helps you commission your devices correctly the first time. It offers you a step-by-step guide through the setup process, and it gives you all the data and visibility you need to efficiently go through the commissioning process to avoid costly site returns and complete it in an efficient manner. After you've packaged your tools, and you've left your happy new customer, we developed PowerHub to help you keep them happy. PowerHub is our fleet monitoring platform, and it enables you to easily monitor systems and remotely troubleshoot problems for your customer. It's designed to allow you to see what the customer sees, and hence enables you and empowers you to provide enhanced levels of after-sales service and customer support. Finally, you can also have confidence that your customer can now monitor their systems in a single, seamless app experience. Armed with the knowledge and the tools that make Powerwall 3 the easiest to install, we challenge you to rethink how you utilize your installation crews and how you can increase your installation efficiency. Next, I'll hand over to Tim McBride, PM for Powerwall in the APAC region, to talk about the durability of Powerwall 3.
So, over the years we've been selling Powerwall. We've always actively sought out feedback from our customers and our certified installers. And one of the things that regularly comes back is that customers want a durable product that's built for Australian conditions. And it makes sense, right? You know, they're looking at these products over quite a long time horizon. They see it as an investment. So they want something that's going to go the distance. So I'm going to talk to you a bit about why Powerwall is durable and the most durable product that we've made. So for this, we're looking at our experience in manufacturing at scale, the changes that we've made with Powerwall 3 that really help it thrive in extreme climates, and the fact that it's backed by a comprehensive warranty. So looking at our production capabilities, so one of the great things at Tesla is that we design and manufacture our own products. In the US, we install and service our products as well. And that gives us a fantastic feedback loop to be able to iterate product changes and feed that into the manufacturing process. And so over the years, we've manufactured and installed over 16 gigawatt hours of stationary storage products. We've done over 700,000 Powerwalls, as Cass mentioned earlier. And what may surprise many of you, we've done over 500 megawatts of solar products in the US alone. So customers may wonder, you know, Tesla's now getting into the inverter space with Powerwall 3. What business does Tesla have making PV inverters? You know, there's been incumbent brands that own the markets for years. And when you actually look at what we've been making, over the years we've done over 2 terawatts of power conversion electronics. And this is through over 50,000 superchargers, over 3 million vehicles, all of which have inverters, as well as our stationary storage products. So we've actually got an incredibly strong track record in this space, which should give customers confidence when buying Powerwall 3. All of this is manufactured at our Gigafactory in Nevada, but it's built for a global market. So whether these are being installed in the cold climate like the Rockies in Canada, or the humidity of Thailand, or the heat of Outback Australia, you know that it's going to thrive. So what goes into the products to give it this durability? So what we've done is we've made sure that the output of the product sells over its full ambient operating range of negative 20 degrees to plus 50 degrees ambient. This means you can install it anywhere across the country, indoors, outdoors, with full confidence. The way we're doing this is with LFP cells that are actively cooled inside the cast aluminium shell, which acts as a giant heat sink, drawing heat away from the cells to keep it cool. The new feature we've added with Powerwall 3 is heat mode. So one of the challenges with batteries in cold climates is when the ambient temperature is incredibly cold, it's difficult, in some cases not possible, to charge the batteries at full capacity. So what heat mode does is it looks at the last 7 days of historical usage, it looks at the last 7 days of ambient temperature, knows when the sun's going to come up, and it will start to warm the cells in anticipation of sunrise, so that as soon as the light hits the panels, you can charge the battery at full capacity. So if you've driven a Tesla vehicle, this is going to sound pretty familiar, right? It's very similar to our supercharger pre-charging. Put in your address, you start driving to your destination. The supercharger is recognised as a stop, and your batteries start warming in anticipation of that stop. So by the time you get there, you can charge your car at full throttle. So this is the same functionality as we're bringing into Powerwall 3. Now, the safety record for Powerwall has always been impeccable, and we've taken this a step further with Powerwall 3. So we do safety and monitoring at the cell level, the module level, and the system level. The aluminium case is laser welded and hermetically sealed, which gives us incredibly high IP ratings. So as you see with our installation over here to the right of the stage, great protection in extreme environments such as areas prone to flooding. I will caution, please don't install it as a water feature, but it is incredibly durable for those circumstances. But all of this, making a high quality product, it's hard, but it's not incredibly hard. What's incredibly hard is making this at scale. And this is what our factory is doing, is making one of these units every 25 seconds. So in the time it's taken to play this video, we've actually made 2 Powerwall 3s. So this is giving us the capability to do 700,000, over 700,000 units a year to really make a dent in this goal that Cass highlighted at the start of the presentation. So, incredible stuff. Now, importantly, all of this is backed by a comprehensive warranty. So unlike other manufacturers, the warranty for Powerwall covers both parts and labour. So this is incredibly important. I think, first of all, it's worth noting that the vast majority of calls that come through to our team can be fixed remotely. But in the event that it does require a site visit, having coverage across parts and labour for that full 10 years is critical. And I think it's often overlooked by customers and installers because, again, as mentioned at the start, customers see this as an investment. They want to know that it's going to go the distance. And I think you can say that, on day one, the price they pay is the total price they pay for the product. There's no hidden costs, there's nothing else they have to worry about. And this is a really important part of the value of the product. Customers and many people in the industry talk about price, but value is what's important because value is the sum of its parts. So to expand on that a bit further, I'll hand back to Carl and cover off value for Powerwall 3.
Alrighty, so we know that cost, easier installations, and durability, we've been able to extract the maximum value for our customers. We've looked at all the different ways that we can tease out savings to pass them through, from manufacturing, easier installations, and over the product's design life for customers to drive down their bills and become truly energy independent. Looking over a 10-year period, household bills on average can be reduced by up to 77% when Powerwall 3 is paired with solar on a VPP. And this is great for customers who can install large solar systems. However, Powerwall can also deliver significant savings when it's installed on its own. We've started to see energy retailers introducing time of use plans that offer 3 hours of energy, effectively allowing homeowners to charge their Powerwall during periods of high solar production, or high solar generation on the electricity grid. We've run through modelling on 2 different scenarios. One where a customer has PV only, so a 10 kilowatt PV system, pretty average these days, and the other where it's a Powerwall only, so standalone Powerwall can only charge and discharge to the grid. The results were equally surprising and impressive, with the Powerwall only being able to deliver more bill savings than the standalone PV system. Now, what this means, it means that it unlocks a whole new customer segment where solar isn't practical for homes like townhouses, apartments, or even if you have a standalone home that the roof may not be eligible, may not work or appropriate for PV. But all of these savings, all these significant savings should also come at significant cost. At launch, Powerwall 3 will retail for $13,600 in Australia and $15,400 in New Zealand. And this price is fully inclusive of the gateway and supporting hardware for the fit-off, excluding the installation. Now, Powerwall 3 has been able to cram in so many features that we've spoken about today for effectively the same price as a Powerwall 2 if you were to pair that with a budget solar inverter, but you're getting so much more. Further savings are then improved through inverter architecture, the faster installations, and the future scalability of the system. Powerwall is renowned for its reliability and quality, but I know, and you know, that that's not the same across the board, and we see that competitive products vary greatly in these 2 fields. So we've compared pricing across the board, and can confidently say that premium now doesn't come at a price, driving affordability for homeowners and putting energy independence within reach. When comparing inverter architecture, Powerwall 3 provides higher performance with less parts. For the 80% of homes that are good for solar, the equivalent MLP system, which is effectively an optimized or a microinverter system, only produces 1 to 2% more energy on average. When you sort of compare that gain, it's simply just more cost effective to add another module. We've run the numbers, and across our expansive US fleet that Tim mentioned earlier, we can see that the levelized cost of energy is better for 93% of homes that use a Tesla inverter. With the 3 MPPTs and full flexibility in system design, we see that Powerwall 3 comfortably services more homes without the need for added cost and complexity of optimized or microinverter systems. One part of the Powerwall installation that the customer doesn't see is the packaging that makes its way back to solar, to your warehouses. If you run a solar business, you'll know that one of the biggest costs is associated with waste management. Powerwall 3 just solves this, with units being shipped in reusable packaging that can be used time and time again. Crates can be returned to Tesla for a credit on a future order, with this program available to all partners buying direct and through our distributor partners. Switching to reusable packaging saves 22,000 metric tons of waste per year, but it also saves costs to your business, and it also saves on future Powerwalls. It's a real win-win-win. In Australia, Tesla's really pioneered virtual power plants, and we've led the way in unlocking additional value streams for customers over the life of these products. And being the only battery able to participate in all FCAS and wholesale energy markets, Powerwall has quickly become to be the battery of choice for VPP operators. With more power than Powerwall 2, owners can now make more money through participation in these grid services. Whether you're offering the Tesla Energy Plan or one of these third-party approved programs, VPPs quite simply improve payback economics. Both grid and customer see benefit, with value being shared both ways. It's really a win-win for both. So that's Powerwall 3. You can say it with me if you want. It's a product that delivers the best performance with a fully integrated design. It's designed by installers for installers, allowing for easier installation. It's durable to withstand extreme climates like we see in Australia and New Zealand, and all comes together to provide the best value for Australian and New Zealand homes. Today, we invite you to experience Powerwall at one of the stations dotted around the venue, which covers all of the key features that we've talked about today. As a quick orientation, we've got the water tank here, up the back. We also have the commissioning and app wall. On your way in, you would have seen the wiring wall and the packaging, so if you didn't get to spend much time, please head back up there after this session. The Tesla team, we're all dotted around, find one of us in a Tesla shirt to help answer any of your questions. From next week, we'll be kicking off a comprehensive training schedule for salespeople and your installers. Look out for one of our webinars to sign up your teams. Supporting resources including marketing materials, technical documentation, and learning modules are all available through the partner portal today. CC listing, every report for installations to commence, is expected in September, with the review currently underway and going through its final stages. Pre-orders are now open, with first deliveries due in late September. Reach out to your account manager or your distributor partner to confirm pricing and availability.
I'd like to say a special thanks to the whole Tesla team. They've really worked tirelessly to bring this whole event and the product to life. So I'd like a big hand to the Tesla team. And an equally special thank you to everyone that's here today. We're excited to launch the next chapter of Powerwall, and we're great to have you along with us. Enjoy your afternoon.
There you have it.